looking at is how the Babylonians symbolized Nimrod in his form of the fish god. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. And of course, the Church of Babylon relocated to Rome and took with it the symbolism of Babylon. This is why you find the holy days of Christianity under different names are the same holy days as Babylon. Only the names have changed. Look, he's turned his toes up and he had one of them hats on as well. Look, the fish god. He looks like a bloody fish, that guy. So we have Nimrod aircraft. No accident, they picked these names by choice. Nimrod was also the same symbolism as Osiris, who was symbolized in the same way in ancient Egypt. So you had the story of Osiris being killed by the dark force, and then his virgin wife, Isis, found all the parts of Osiris except his willy, right? Now you go to Babylon and you have exactly the same story told of Queen Semiramis and Nimrod, because it was the same symbolism coming from the same source, and it's passed through history in the way that we're talking about. So then we come to Queen Semiramis. Now this is a very interesting part of the symbolism all over our society, and particularly in America. Queen Semiramis was said to have come from the moon in an egg, and that is very much part of what we call Easter, which I'll get to. But Queen Semiramis, this is the rebuilt Ishtar Gate in Babylon. Queen Semiramis was the mirror of Isis, and in many ways the mirror of what became known as Mother Mary in terms of what was said about her. This is an original Babylonian piece of artwork which the British Museum were trying to buy. I don't know if they ever did. And this is the goddess Semiramis Ishtar, and beside her, very much part of her symbolism, are the owls. And before we get to the first break, the significance of that in today's society will become very clear. They said of Queen Semiramis in Babylon that she was the virgin mother who was impregnated by the rays of the sun, which was the spirit of Nimrod after he died, impregnating her. So she had a virgin impregnation and gave birth to the son Tammuz, the mirror of the Jesus story that followed much later. The Queen of Heaven, they called her. That's what they called Mother Mary, and still do when the Church of Babylon relocated to Rome. This is how the Babylonians symbolized Ishtar, Queen Semiramis, and Tammuz. I think I've seen that somewhere before. That's Mother Mary and Jesus in a church today. That's Isis and Horus in Egypt. That's in a church on the Isle of Wight, Mother Mary. You're looking at the same recurring story from the same source. And what they've done is that they have all these religions. They have the inner core that know it's symbolic, not literal. And then you have the outer religion, where they tell the people to take the symbolic, the esoterically symbolic, literally, and they create prison religions to shut down the mind, to stop further advancement and opening. And this is the Black Madonna. This isn't just a little point to make as we go along. What the Illuminati do is they get involved, like Satanists, they're the same bloody thing in many ways. They reverse symbolize everything. So if something is white to us, to them they symbolize it as black. If something's black to us, they'll symbolize it as white. The classic satanic symbol is the pentagon. Or the pentagram rather, and what they do is reverse it to point down, symbolizing the negative. They reverse the symbolism, and that's what we'll see as we go along here now. Now this is the Mother Lodge of Freemasonry in London. This is the point and the place from which Freemasonry was launched into the new Americas, into the colonies, through people like Benjamin Franklin. And what a staggering coincidence that they located this in Great Queen Street in London. What did they call Semiramis in Babylon? The Great Queen. Great Queen Street. So, when they give us a cover story that the state of Virginia was named after the Virgin Queen, Elizabeth I, well, first of all, Elizabeth I was no more a virgin than Madonna, so that's out of it. And secondly, Virginia, the Virgin Queen, Semiramis Ishtar from Babylon. This is how they symbolized Semiramis in Babylon. This is on an ancient coin. I think I've seen that somewhere before. Where could it be? The Statue of Liberty, reverse symbolism, the statue of symbolic control, was given to New York by French Freemasons in Paris who knew what it symbolized. Semiramis and more, as I'll come to now. So there we go. I think I've seen somewhere before. And that is the goddess of the French Republic. Because as the bloodlines came up out of Babylon, up through into Europe and what became France, they took the symbolism with them. Of course they did. And so the goddess of the French Republic was given the same Semiramis symbolism as the so-called goddess of America, Statue of Liberty. The goddess of the state of Columbia, the center of political control in America, again, Semiramis symbolism. Columbia, where did that come from? Well, where did Columbus come from? Because it wasn't his real name. Back in Babylon, they symbolized Queen Semiramis as a dove. And when they moved to Rome, they worshipped her under the name Venus Columba, Venus the dove. Apparently in French today, the word columba, or words to that effect, I'm crap at foreign languages, means dove. So Christopher Columbus was the branch bearer of the dove across to the New World and the new frontier for the Illuminati. So we have the District of Columbia, the centre of government. We have British Columbia on the west of Canada. We have Columbia Pictures with that symbolism of the lady with a lighted torch. The lighted torch will become clear in a second. Well, it's clear enough, it's lighted, but you know what I mean. Columbia University, where a lot of people come through indoctrinated into the scam. CBS, Columbia Broadcasting, and that I will become very significant very shortly. This is from the note paper of the Supreme Council of Freemasonry in Britain. The dove, Columbia, Semiramis, Babylon. On these septics, or whatever, the queen holds in her ceremonies and stuff, you find the Knights of Malta and the dove, Semiramis. I mean, do you know there's still people today, I don't believe it, I can't, people are that daft, that they still back out of the room so the Queen never sees their backs. They have to back out, you know, I mean, what? I'm sure I saw the paper this morning and it was 2006. I'm sure it was. What's going on? Oh, Mom. Anyway, when Nimrod died, it was decreed in Babylon that he would be symbolized from then on as a flame or a lighted torch. The same when Tammuz, the sun, died. And incidentally, they said that Tammuz was the reincarnation of Nimrod through the virgin birth. Therefore, they said, father and son were one, which is where Christianity gets it from. There is Queen Semiramis in New York Harbor holding the flame of Nimrod. It's all Babylonian symbolism. And this is an island on the River Seine in Paris, just down from where Diana was killed. Again, a mirror image of the Statue of Liberty. Why? Because it's Semiramis coming up through France and through the empires across to America. This is the background. This is the hidden hand behind which the movie protects it from exposure. In Dealey Plaza, when they killed Kennedy, just over the back there off the grassy knoll, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry put up an obelisk, again, big-time secret society symbolism, and on the top they put a lighted torch. We killed him, we're showing you, but you can't see it, can you?